Waxer Squad? Y'all ready? Y'all ready for this? Let's get into it. This is Waxing with Donisha, and I ain't come to play. I be waxing every day, different foods, different ways. If you new, hit subscribe. Leave a comment down below. Don't be shy. Come along for the ride. Why? Because this is the Waxer Squad. The Waxer Squad. The Waxer Squad. What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing this beautiful Friday? I hope everybody is having an awesome weekend. I hope your weekend is started and feeling good, and you getting ready to walk into the blessings that the Lord has for you, honey. Today, baby, we got two homemade Sonoran dogs that I made, and I have a homemade chili cheese dog and homemade chili cheese fries. So we get ready to get into a quick moment of prayer, and we'll get into all of that. So dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this food. We thank you for the hands that prepared it. We ask that you take out any impurities for your name's sake, and you bless those that do not have today. In Jesus' name we pray, amen. So yes, we got that. This is what we got today, y'all. I've been craving this like crazy. Like once a month, I'll crave chili. So you'll see chili on my channel, like chili cheese something on my channel once a month, because I just start craving it once a month. Also, guys, I have a special surprise for you. I was going to wait to do this, but guys, I want to read. And I am reading something called by T.D. Jakes called Crushing God Turns Pressure into Power. So I'm going to read a little bit to you guys. I don't know if I'm going to do it every single mukbang, but I'm going to read a little bit to you guys every now and again. You guys, this is more so to see you guys' feedback, because I'm going to read it regardless, but to see you guys' feedback, see if you guys like it. So we're going to read a little bit as we eat, and then we're going to get into, you know, some commentary at all, you know, just to make everything interesting. I also have over here some onions, which I'm getting ready to throw on top, honey. Yes. So I want to get the first bite out the way before my food get cold. Woo, shook it up. Come on, babies. Come on. You know you want it. Come on and taste it. You know you want it. Come on and taste it. Taste it, taste it, taste it, taste it. Honey, I'm excited. I had a pillow in here for my back, but he didn't want to stay behind me, so. I got to sit closer. I also have my a dollop of daisy. Yeah. Whoa. Hey, I got a dollop of daisy. Yeah, I got the dollop of daisy. Yeah. Look at that cheese. Look at that cheese. Look at that cheese. Bounce it, bounce, bounce, bounce. It don't make no sense to be this hungry. So how's everybody doing? If you are new here, my name is Donisha. Welcome to This is Waxing with Donisha, honey, where we just have fun and eat and have good conversation, motivate each other, lift each other up. If you're having a bad day, you can always come here. Make sure you click on that bell notification, put it on all, so that you never miss an upload. Welcome to all my new subscribers. I love y'all. All my oldies, but goodies that always come back and rep me and support me. Love y'all. I do this for y'all. I'm trying to get into one of these Sonoran dogs. So what I have on this Sonoran dog, it's homemade. I got some tagine. I got, and my kids are here. If you hear noise in the background, I apologize. I'm so excited. I keep choking. Woo! Slow down before you hurt yourself. Woo! Slow down, girl, before you hurt yourself. Woo! Before you hurt yourself. Slow down, girl. This is going to be special for anybody who's going through anything and feeling like they're under a lot of pressure. This book teaches us how God turns pressure into power. Look at that. So we got some bacon wrapped around a hot dog, and this is a chicken hot dog. I got some because I had so much pork with the pork ribs. I didn't want no more pork. Oh, and this is turkey chili. I'm going to leave the pork alone for a little while. So I also have tomatoes on here, mayonnaise. Y'all, I'll be right back. I don't know why, but the devil don't want me to eat. He's hating right now. He's hating. Sorry, y'all. I got beans and giblets and all kind of stuff stuck in my other hole in my throat. So, if I'm like going a lot, please forgive me throughout this video. So, anyways, we got a homemade Sonoran dog. I got some chicken sausage. I got tomatoes. I have mayonnaise and I have onion and I also have cheese underneath. So, let's get into this. Mmm. Mm. Mm. Y'all, this is good. Oh, did I just say I don't have any bacon on here? I mean pork. This is pork. Not on a hot dog. Got bacon wrapped around it. Mm. This is very good, you guys. Very good. Mm. 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 Y'all see? Okay. We're going to start reading. And I'm going to read slow. So, we'll see how this works. So, starting off. Daddy and I need to tell you something. No father wants to hear those words from his teenage daughter in the trembling voice with which my youngest daughter, Sarah, spoke them to me and her mother. Mm. 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 Sitting there on our front porch, my wife, Sarita, and I locked eyes on our youngest child and held our breath in anticipation of the disclosure she was about to reveal. And for you guys who don't know who T.D. Jakes is, he is a world-renowned pastor, bishop of a huge church, And he had a daughter, he has a daughter by the name of Sarah Jakes and a wife by the name of Sarita Jakes and other kids and stuff too. But this is what he's starting off talking about. He's starting off talking about when his, I think she was, y'all forgive me, I think she was 13 when she got pregnant. 12 or 13. Most of y'all know T.D. Jakes. I don't really have to explain that to y'all. But anyways, let's continue. So, Sarita and I locked eyes on our youngest child and held our breath in anticipation of the disclosure she was about to reveal. Time stood still as evening unfurled its shadows across the shoulders of the Texas sky, and a light breeze wafted the scent of honeysuckle. Wow. I knew my daughter was about to reveal something of enormous magnitude. I'm pregnant. The tears she had been fighting to hold back burst the dam of emotion as our baby girl leaned in to wrap her arms around. Turn the page. Okay. Us. Let's get into this. Ooh, look at that. Look at that. This is good, but not better than this Sonoran dog. This junk is jumping. Okay, let's continue. As her sobs subsided, Sarah proceeded to share with us the events surrounding her condition, a secret she had been hiding for several months. The strength in her soul exceeded her 13 years as she summoned every fiber in her being to reveal the fear, turmoil, and excitement coursing through her young heart. So she was 13. She was 13. Stunned, to say the least, I couldn't believe the courage it took for her to confide something so significant in us. Well, as Sarah cried in my arms, I felt the full weight of the pain and anguish she carried for those several months. Before she finally unburdened herself, as a parent, you are called to carry the loads of your children that are too heavy for them. And you even want to carry the lighter ones to ease their interactions with the world and everything life will throw at them. My daughter's tears soaked through my shirt as I stroked her hair. Her crying transferred her worry and pain to me. And I felt the growing relief in her heart as she began to realize she wasn't alone. We're going to read a little bit and then we're going to talk about it. So, soon, words were no longer necessary, and the three of us sat together, a chorus of... Y'all don't know what this word is. C-I-C-A-D-A-S. I don't know how to pronounce this, but I'm going to try my best. A chorus of cicadas, the only sound. Tears flowed in concern. Tears flowed from my own eyes, and I found my mind wandering. The love and concern I will always have for my daughter were present in that moment as I absorbed the news that I would soon be a grandfather. Despite the bitter sweet joy of such news, however, a stinging pain persisted deep in my shattered heart. For you see, only a few months prior, my mother had passed away as a result of Alzheimer's. One of the bedrocks of my life had just died, and I was still grieving her. Watching the mind of the woman who raised you, cheered you on, chastised you, and fed you vanish piece by piece in a torment I don't wish on anyone. Other than keeping her as comfortable as possible, there was nothing my brother, sister, or I could do. I felt powerless to help my mother retain even the simplest life skills, such as bathing and dressing and eventually even swallowing. The wound in my heart from my mother's passing was still raw as I listened to my daughter's confession. I struggled to find a handle on the moment, let alone the past several months. As if my mother's death were not enough, the enemy of my soul seemed to be taunting me with the inability to shield my own daughter from the ways of the world. Once again, I felt crushed by circumstances I never saw coming. Wow. That's deep. That's deep, y'all. My parents are still alive. And I'm going to have to completely change my clothes when I'm done. My parents are still alive, but I never want to feel that pain of losing a parent ever in my life. And if any of my subscribers have lost their parents, you guys, I'm so sorry. And let's keep reading, because we're going to finish this book one day. And we're going to grow together, okay? I want to grow with my subscribers. I want us to grow together. Okay? I want us to overcome our pain and whatever we're going through together. So we're almost done. Let's see here. I know it must sound self-centered, but at the time, I couldn't ignore the battle within me as questions and accusations shot through my mind. You're a terrible father. Where is your God now? You're a pastor shepherding others, but you can't even watch out for your own daughter? You inspire and encourage so many people, but how are you going to do that now? You couldn't protect your mother, and look at you, failing to safeguard your own daughter. Did Sarita and I miss something? Haven't we tried to be good parents? What should I have done differently? Everything was falling apart. Okay, let's get into this second Sonoran dog, y'all. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I'm sick of this. Dropping stuff. Okay. So the next part is called Far More Fragile. I know I'm not alone in these caustic contemplations. When the floor beneath you opens up and swallows you into a free fall, you find yourself suddenly submerged in a flood of emotions, thoughts, and questions. In the midst of unexpected pain or inevitable loss, these thoughts assail you as you sink into the emotional quicksand of life's messy places. The muddy pits where everything you once held dear and true is questioned, dissected, and shaken to the core. Here, your safety zone and all presumed constants are revealed to be far more fragile than you had ever realized. This is where you wonder if you will ever be on your feet again. And if so, then how you will summon the strength to move on. This is where your faith is tested, where it's refined and purified. But such knowledge is little comfort in the midst of the blazing wildfires of life, engulfing all you thought you knew and reducing expectations to ashes. Like a deer trying to follow a familiar wooded path in the midst of a forest fire, you begin running in circles, facing dead ends and disturbing detours, uncertain which way to go, choking on collateral smoke. You're left weary and wasted, coalesced and confused, depleted and discouraged, frightened and frozen in place. Wow. Part of the confession results from the way life's greatest successes often bleed into the blur of your most painful moments. Because even the moments of your greatest anguish, you often find unexpected blessings alongside and commingled with your losses. This was certainly my experience. Excuse me, y'all. So where we're at right now, you guys, let's reflect, is that and I think that's a good place to stop, because I don't want to rush you guys. I want feedback first, so you guys can let me know if you liked it that or not. I'm not going to read a whole chapter and then y'all ain't going to look at it, watch it. But we're going to keep eating. But let's talk about that. So, I also have a study journal. here's the book. Here's a study journal. And basically the study journal, it just helps you. This is like therapy, really. It's mental therapy. And we all need it. Can I get an amen? So let's open this. And it just asks you questions to get you to thinking, you know. So let's go to the question. Question number 1. When have you received news that left you reeling? How did you handle receiving it in the moment? How would you handle similar life-changing news differently today? Life-changing news differently today. Why? So basically this question is asking you, when can you think of a time where you've seen bad news and how did you handle it? Right? How have you handled it in the past? And how would you do it differently now? Like, you know, like when something happens bad in the moment, how do you remember handling it? And like now that you've known about it after a while, how would you have like to have handled it in the past? News. So I found out, I'm gonna share something more personal with y'all, answering that question. So I found out that I was pregnant. Before I had Isabel, I was pregnant. But I was not with my current husband. I was with an ex. And I found out that I was pregnant. Maybe 8 weeks pregnant. Me and that person were fighting a lot. We weren't getting along. So when I found out I was pregnant, I was devastated. This is hard for me to share, but I know someone else has gone through it. So I know by me sharing, it's going to help other people. So I'm going to share. I'm not completely over this yet, you guys. I'm not completely over it. Even though it happened like 5 years ago. I think 5 or 6 years ago. But anyways, I was in a past relationship. I found out I was pregnant. I was devastated because I was still in college and I already had one son and I didn't know how I was going to support the other one. So I immediately wanted to get an abortion. I didn't want the baby. I did not want the baby. So I didn't talk to my mom about it. I didn't talk to my dad about it. I didn't let anybody tell me anything. I didn't want anybody to influence my mind. I didn't want anybody to say nothing because I had it made up in my mind already that I was going to get an abortion. And I didn't care what nobody said or how nobody felt. So I didn't even entertain the conversation or tell many people. And I remember on the day of me getting the abortion, they numbed me. They gave me some medicine. You could either take a pill and then the fetus would come out at home, or you could go in and get it taken out. I always felt like it would be more painful of me, more traumatizing for me to go home and take a pill and then wait for my baby's heartbeat to stop. I always thought that would be more painful. So I didn't want to do that. So rather than doing that, I went in and I had, at the time, the person I was with come with me, person whose child it was, they didn't want a kid either. They weren't ready either. So they didn't mind. All I can say is I remember feeling so empty after I did it. So stupid. So dirty. Feeling like God will never forgive me. God will never be able to love me because I've done something so horrible. I felt unworthy. I felt ashamed. And I felt like I wished that I could go back in the hands of time, because if I could have, I would keep the baby. I would keep the baby. But I was so young. I was stupid. I allowed some of my family members to coach me into doing it. Because they didn't want to lose. I was, drinking a lot and hanging out and partying a lot. They didn't want to lose their drinking buddy, so they wanted me to do it too. But I just remember feeling so horrible afterwards. Physically in pain as well. So that's something that's happened, just to answer that question. That's something that I did in the past. When I first found out, I was devastated. I reacted off of emotions. But if right now, today, if I could go back and change that, I would. And I would keep my baby. And it hurts me to know that I participated in ending a life. It hurts me. And I don't think that I will ever get over that. Like, that's something that I don't think I'll ever get over. Because I always wonder what if. I always wonder what the baby would have looked like. What the baby would have smelled like. Like, I always wonder. But I know that even though that's something that I'll probably never be able to get over and I'll have to live with the rest of my life, y'all, this is one of my deepest secrets that have plagued me for years. Like, for me to share this with you guys is crazy because it's something that has really hurt me and broke me down and played a huge part in me in any addiction I've ever had. This is why. This is one of the many reasons, but this one tops the charts. It was the most horriblest thing I have ever gone through personally in my life. It was worse than me being in an abusive relationship, being beat up. It was worse than that. It destroyed my relationship. And it hurt my heart. It really hurt my heart. But I know that God has forgiven me. Because I've repented. I vowed to never do it again. And when I pray, I feel God's presence. When I pray, I feel his love. I feel his comfort. I feel his spirit, his presence all over me, around me, in me, all that. God wouldn't allow me to feel his presence so much if he hadn't forgiven me. I believe he forgave me. And I repented and I turned away from it. I've never done that again ever since. I love my daughter. And just looking at her, I try to imagine that she's reincarnated. I know that's not possible, but I try to imagine that just to make myself feel better. So yeah, you guys, this book is deep. Already starting off deep. So that's where we're gonna stop for today. I don't know how often I'm gonna read it. I'm waiting on y'all to tell me y'all feedback about how you guys liked it. And if you guys liked it, then I'll continue to do it if that's what you guys want me to do. Just know that it might get deep. It might get deep. So that's why I'm saying you might not want me to do it every single time we do a mukbang, because it might get too deep for some people. And it might make some people start crying, or make some people feel hurt at the beginning, because the book deals with the pain and everything that you're going through. The book deals with all that first and gets you through that part first. You know what I'm saying? And then it takes you into a different area, and it gives you, and you find strength. So your strength comes after you're weak. So you have to be vulnerable at first. So for the first couple of chapters, we will be very vulnerable. You're going to feel very vulnerable. But it gets better. Trust me. I've been reading it. So I am super full, you guys. Yes, I ate all it. And I only ate all of it because I've been craving it. When I'm craving something, I'm eating all of it. So anyways, thank you guys so much for tuning in to Waxing with Donisha. I love you guys so much. I hope you guys have an awesome Friday evening. I pray nothing but blessings in each and every one of y'all's corners. I pray that y'all accomplish anything that you want to do or you put your mind to. And I ask God, if you're lonely, to come into that room or wherever you at and give you a big hug and a hug for me. I love you guys so much. And I will see you guys next time, okay? Smooches.